G'day mate, how you going? This particular saw, the poulan 3414, made in USA. It's got the best motor so far out of all the other parts. It's the best I have. Move on the floor. It's got no funny marks in it. It's a good cylinder. Piston's not too bad. So I'm going to port this one. Similar to that metallic 2214. There she goes. That's the one. That's the piston for this particular one. This is dull, hasn't been used all that much. That's just soot. So no real marks, nothing strange. A few lines and stuff. That's just usual. It's been used. You see, sawdust has gone in the piston a bit. The exhaust side's fine. There's no much there. The seals seem to be good crank seals. Nice and firm. So when it came apart, the bottom didn't come off easy. It was almost glued on properly. So I just thought, well, I'll port this and I'll show you what I'm doing so you can have a look yourself. Now, this particular saw, the carby on it is like the other metallic. There's a metallic there. I pulled them both apart last night, and their carbies are both the same, but they both got small Venturas. So I don't have any more big ones. So I've got one more big one in pieces, but this one here is smaller than the one I put on my knee tech. So that one there is bigger. So it'd be hard for you guys to see that. It is bigger. That small one. So I'm curious. So I'll set this up. So if you've never ported a chainsaw before, just follow what I'm doing, and you'll be able to recreate what I'm doing at home. So I'll need two rings. I'll pull this ring off this piston, and I'll pull a ring off another piston. I've got this one here. This metallic one is not very good at all, and I use this to gauge my measurements inside the cylinder. So I'll pull this one off and the other one off, and I'll show you what to do. All right. I'll get this piston up, and not piston. I'll put this camera on my tripod so you can see what I'm doing. Alrighty. So I'll try and talk nice and clear. There's my torch there. Okay, now inside your cylinder, I put one ring, and that ring there is off the metallic, and the metallic arm ring is not very good. So I've got to remember which ring I'm putting this in. So I put the metallic ring in first. Now, you push that ring down with your piston. Which side's what? Down on the intake there. And you push your piston down, or pushing your ring down actually. Try and get this. It'd be easy if I took the piston off the crank, but so I push that down. I'm gonna find the hole. Where's the hole? Push it down. And as soon as you see that ring there, it's gone down too far now. But if you get that ring at a level of the base of the intake, that gives you 70 degrees of timing. That's what the metallic 2214 gave the timing to that. Okay, so I'll do this off camera, but try and push it down so it's level with the intake. So that's above the level, above the intake. So you gotta muck around this. They move really quick. So now I'll put the poulan ring in. Make sure you hook no holes or transfer chambers and like that. But this is for beginners. If you want to do something and make yourself perform more, let me ring. Hang on, got the bombing ring. Okay, got him now. Try and calm down, keep look excited. So I'll push the other ring down a bit. Get in there. Try and level it out. Push it up away from the intake floor. I'll try and push them down on video. Try and watch the light, make it a bright light. The light, where my hands are, camera angles and stuff like that, view. So if you do something, you film me, but you think your kids will help you out, and then the kids don't help you out. So I'll put a closer view on that. That's better. So I've got the light in there. So that's coming. So you just there to see that's at the base of the intake. You see, I could probably muck around a bit more, which I will do off camera, but get exactly along with that. Now, one ring gives me 70 degrees. Now, I don't know what 2 rings are, but I'm going to go with 2 rings this what time. And if the timing numbers aren't exactly what I think they'll be, I'm thinking it'll probably be about 76 degrees, I think. If it's not what I want it is, when I do the metallic, because the metallic is a bit worn out, and not, if it blows, I don't really care. This saw, I'll put it back together and solve it. We can actually see what one ring adds up to on a particular saw, if it gives more performance or better performance. So we'll mark around that. So I'll get this organised properly off camera. That's what I'm doing at the moment. 2 rings, level your floor, and then I'll talk about the rest. Hang on, guys. I'll get off. I'll film and I'll show you what I end up with. Okay, I managed to get it just on the kiss on that intake. So you see that ring just there? They're a little tiny bit. So if you want to put your finger on that and push it down, that's what it is. So that way. So it's level with the intake. Okay. So if you can get 2 rings, each cylinder comes with 1 ring. So, but if you have a spare part at all, get the 2nd ring. But I've got that part there. So all I'm gonna do is get a Sharpie magic marker, and you can mark on that. I'll show you that. Hang on. So I put a black marker there. So just blow on there. Hope it dries out quick enough. And I'll pause your stick. Okay, it's dried out. I hope I brake cleaned this, wiped it out. So the magic marker will work on the cylinders. Most of course, wiped it out. So basically it's clean. So we'll pull those rings out, and the top ring was the good ring. So I'll mix them up. That's a good one. Goes back on the poulan piston and stuff. That's the metallic one, to put him over there. Now, that's what I'm left with. 2 rings. So I'm going to grind this thing. I'm not going to go any further than that, but that's going to end up 2 rings. Seems to be very big. I'll have to check that, but that's what I'm looking for. A straight line, 2 rings. I'll just check myself anyway, guys. But yeah, it looks right. It's hard to do it in camera. Hang on. Okay, I double checked it, so it seems to be what it is. So the bottom ring was the poulan one. We'll pull it out. That's the poulan. Top ring stays metallic. That's what it is. So I got to remove that much material, and we'll see what the timing numbers are on that. I don't want to go above that black line. I want to go below the black line, just kissing it. So I'll do a straight line. Not going to go any wider because they really need to. If you want to though, go 1 ring and go wider, not deeper. So there's ways to do saws. I was talking about the NH841 the other day. It's got a problem because spit back. If you got a small cover like that, you can choose small. Small is like a tiny hose. It takes longer for air and fuel to go through. You can turn your fuel mixture up, but then you get rich. Then you get a slightly bigger Ventura, which is that one there. It might let a bit more air and fuel through, but still doesn't do much. So you can, it's always of course. So if you use a big carby, you don't need as much timing. So what do you want to do? Go big, go small, or what you can find. Now the carby I stuck on that NH841, it's very big. It's massive Venturas, and I don't have another one. So I don't know in parts, but I can't find another big. Oh, there's a big one too. Similar, very similar. But the one in my NH841 is actually bigger than that again. So I think myself, I'll be removing that and getting a carby like this. It's slightly bigger, but it won't spit back as much. To me, if it's spitting back, it's getting the amount of fuel in the air it can hold. After that, it gets too much. It wastes its point of time, because once you get too much, it's like pressurizing fluid. You can't do no more. So it's pointless having big. It might accelerate quick and all that, but you want just enough. So here's the one out of here. So this is a small one here. This is what was on the poulan. It's fairly small. Try to open that up. Not very big at all. So it's really pointless. It's got to be, you got to balance the motor with what you got. Then it lets your air fuel in. Then it goes to the motor, compression, bang. Then you got to do your muffler. So, and then timing, advanced, and all that stuff. There's many ways to do it. But this way we're doing this one, 2 rings, and then we'll see how that goes. I will time it after I put the degree wheel on the saw, find out what the timing marks are. But I just I think if you want to do a saw in your own backyard and muck around, you don't have to have a degree wheel, stuff like that. So 2 rings, they're pretty right. They're pretty wide rings. But if you can get 2 rings, it's a way for you guys to measure. Now, with the exhaust, what I'm going to do with the exhaust, I'm going to widen the exhaust a little bit with a 1 ring. The joint where the ring joins up here is at the intake side, so I have no problem with the intake. I'll say the piston there. So there's a pin just there. Okay, so that's the back of the piston. So really no problem with the front. There's no joins or anything like that. Nothing gets caught. So I'm going to make that exhaust a bit bigger. Now the top of this exhaust is very flat, so I might curve the exhaust up just a little bit, just to make it easier for the ring to actually transfer back into the cylinder once it's shut and come back out. Now width-wise, I can go a bit wider, but apart from that, I don't really want to go huge because there's no point. The more you repair your exhaust, the less chance you have of building up power. When your piston comes down, it's in a cylinder and it's trapped, so the exhaust goes bang. The moment the exhaust opens up, you're losing some of the exhaust pressure, you're losing power. So I worked out over the years. Don't worry too much about blowing. You want to get the most power you can get out of the cylinder by staying in the cylinder. So it's not important. The important part is getting air and fuel the right way, then your timing and stuff like that. And then you go big carby, stuff like that. While I'll do that, I'll put that one up. I'll show you guys. But this is why I'm doing it. So you can do it at home if you want. 2 rings, clean it up and go from there. Alright guys, I'll get on to it. Okay, now the intake's done, so I'll show you that. That's pointing down. Now, I like to have the intakes direct down, so I don't want the floor directly flat. I want the floor to rotate back down to the cylinder. So if you're looking that way, I met the line. You see the line there? Maybe that's too bright. That one. So you see that line? It's not right enough. Hang on. This is hard, guys. Always get a good torch. There you go. So I met the line. I haven't gone no wider. I just want to meet that line. It hasn't gotten into the pulse line. That's the pulse line there. That's enough clearance there, but that's 2 rings. So I know it's going to give more air and fuel mixture through that, but you could go wide if you want to. Haven't done that, so it's one of those things. So now I'm going to go into the intake and make sure I open the intake width-wise. So I'll go try to get the line there. Hard to get things organised. So I'll go width-wise that both ways, and a little bit at the top here. I want the top part of this exhaust hole to roll the ring back on the piston about causing the hang up. So if you get too many revs, your piston ring will pop out and get caught, so you hang up. I don't want that. So I'll just make sure that top part there is more curved. So I'll start at the middle, make me way out, and go further like that. But only just kiss it. So kiss the middle, kiss a bit wide, kiss the middle, kiss a bit wide, and work my way. And that's it. So I made the intake rough, so you see it's all rough. It's just atomised the air better. But it's not clean enough like that. It's just going to be a quick job to share. It's not hard to get saw, lots of power, but it's simple really. It's not hard science at all. So I'll do the exhaust now and I'll get back to you. Okay, exhaust is done. I haven't finished it off completely, but I've roughed it out what I wanted. So I've arched the roof of the exhaust a lot more. So I don't have any hang-ups or issues with rings. I've made the exhaust slightly wider, so we can see that maybe. That's the share. So that's the exhaust, it's a bit wider, but that's really all you do. So I might rough it up on the transfers a little bit with the grind just to make it more rougher for the air as it comes flying down. I think I'd like to, for these particular cylinders, is to put an arch. Don't really feel like doing an arch actually on that transfer. So the fuel charge goes flying down and it arches into the cylinder. Having a brick wall hit, it's not very good. Why I don't like it, but it's probably a reason for it, but just pretty cheapy to make probably. But the other saws I played with for an arch, I have done one Chinese saw and that works a lot better. So I was seeing higher revs and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to clean the exhaust up now with some wet and dry paper and spin it all up and clean it all up. They'll actually show me any high spots, low spots. I have only just cleaned the bottom of the exhaust. I haven't touched the floor of it really. I touched the height and the width. So that's really that it. So really it's nice to do this sauce if you want to time in advance, stuff like that. But then you can make it in the covers, and these sauces are super cheap. So every time you go to a garage, come across them. So all the piece I got here is from a garage sale. So there's some more parts I've got from over the time. Just people, selling stuff in bulk lots, but they don't work, or they couldn't even bother making them work. But now I know these things can fly. They're worth fucking around with and worth fixing. So, all right, I'll get this finished off. Okay, one of the biggest tips I can give you when you go to fix up your porting holes, so there's no sharp edges on them. So I'm just working on it now. You need to get your hands on a diamond wheel. So the part there, it's a diamond burr. So your little diamonds in that wheel. You be very careful. Put it down inside the cylinder, and be careful what you're doing. So try and hit the very edge of the cylinder. When you finish it off, get some fine wet and dry paper and wet and dry that out too. Now with this saws, with the polisher stuff, I use a split pen. Put a bit of wet and dry paper through there. Get a thin piece and stick it on there, and I'll buff out the wheel holes with the wet and dry paper. But it is known now, lead's bad for you. Most people know that lead is bad for you, but aluminium is bad for you too. Aluminium has been linked to Alzheimer's. So what it does, it gets into your system, into your body. The place where it resides is inside your brain. So you drink aluminium cans, cook out of aluminium pots, aluminum, whatever you want to call it, it actually gets into your body and gets you Alzheimer's disease. So if someone hangs around aluminium a long time, you work in an aluminium place, you will eventually get you. So I should be wearing a dust mask, but I'm 50 plus now, so I don't really care, stroke and all the rest of that. But it's not good for you. So get a dust mask and protect your eyes. Cause I've had bits of aluminium and bits of tin in my eyes before, and you think, it'll go or wash away. I think I still have some in my right eye, so a bit of tiffy there. So now I'm gonna polish this exhaust a bit more. I'll show you when that's finished. Hopefully I can show you on camera. Probably can't, but I'll do my best. So I got a little like a, what would you call it? Cotton wheel here with a bit of mag cleaning paste. So all I'm doing, I'm not using it to try and buff it up. I'm just trying to make sure there's no high marks, burn or burr sticking it. So I go in there, wiggle it around a little bit, and just spin it, and try and make sure everything's nice and flat and level. If I get a polish thing for it, it's good. But if you're doing the burring part without the diamond tip, you will miss bits. So this is a guaranteed way to make sure. So if I'm going down inside the cylinder like that, if I can see that maybe, I'll zoom in. It's another way to guarantee you're not going to have hard shape. There we go, there's a zoom in there. So I'll go only on the exhaust. Can you see that? Sorry guys, I'm trying to see what I'm doing and I'll still look at the camera. So, okay, so you see it like that. So I'm just making sure I go all the way to the edges. Clean up the edges as much as I can. Put the pressure on it and make sure I'm getting rid of all the high bits. And make sure I'm smooth, okay? And the end result is I end up with a nice smooth cylinder. I'll try to get the most shiny cylinder. I'm just making sure there's no high bits or marks, because if they hit your ring and hit your high mark, you'll be ring off and scratch the crap out of your piston. I used to do this by wet and dry paper. Go by 180 or 80 and work with 320, 400, 600, 1200. So you still do that with the split pin if you want, but I went 180 on this, and 400, and I went to I think it was 1200. So I didn't do too much because it's just I'm a little tiny tool, not really important, but this little mark like this, it just cleans up a lot more. So I'm not trying to get the best, but I'm trying to get to work a bit better. Now I've gone wide on this thing, and I've gone higher, so it's got a nice way letting the exhaust out. So I haven't changed it much. All I really have changed is the intake. So I'll clean it off. So you can see that's the intake. You should be able to see that. So that's how much I've taken it down. Now I've left the line there, but that's how much I took it off. So I have removed some of the timing, so it should go good, guys. So I'm now going to put a mark on the transfer chambers. Just make sure it's all roughed up. Just go in there a few times. And yeah, that's it. I'll clean it up and put it together and put the time wheel on and see what the timing numbers are. Alright, I'll get on to it. I know I shouldn't whinge. The worst part about it, mate, I can tell you what it is. The worst part is having a radio. So normally I have the radio about 6 feet away if they get turn the thing off. It's behind me at the moment, but not good reception. So you get turned off every time, otherwise YouTube demonetises me. It's a pain in the butt. Alright guys, I'll get on to it. The thing I will say is I always finish off this way. You can use water or even WD-40, doesn't matter. I always get a small piece of 1200. I'll go in the port. I'll make sure I rub my finger into that port and make sure it's not no rough bits at all, because you will miss some parts sometimes. And the chrome is very tough stuff, so you can't always get rid of the parts. So I just sit there and there's a hole there. I just sit there and rub it until I'm satisfied the hole is clean enough. But it's sort of another way to guarantee. I buff it, clean it. I gotta take it and give it a bath inside a minute. But it's one of the things. Make sure you get in there, get a good hard finger, and you go back to the intake side. Make sure nothing's tight, nothing's sticking up, no burrs. Because I've had a stroke, so my fingers are a bit numb. I can feel my right hand, but you gotta make sure there's no high bits or sharp bits. Now I have normally go over the whole ports and everything, because even doing these saws, I've come across transfer chambers. The top part I don't normally touch. They can be sharp, so I always go over all the stuff and just make sure there's no high bits. So that's it, guys. I'll clean this up and we'll put the time wheel on and see what time numbers are. So you guys in the front row seat, I'll show you it zeroed in. Just bring up a bit more. There you go. So I haven't checked my things yet. So I have checked the zeros. So we're at 37. Exactly then. I just tightened up the wheel, so it should be just dead right now. 37 again. So there we go, just on to 37. So I'll take the piston stopper out, so I'll use it for nothing else. And we'll measure what intake we have now, which will be interesting. So intake, you can watch the wheel. I'll spin it around. Piston's going down. Starting it back up. So we're just kissing open there. So what's that? Alright, I said 76, so I was real right. So what's that really? Oh, okay, I'll say 73. That's what it is. So 2 rings, 73. So what do we have on the exhaust? I talked about it before. Up to the person interpreting the light, but I like it when it starts to bleed through. So when it bleeds through, obviously exhaust can come out too. So start to believe it there. Starting to see the light. Okay, what we got? What we got? Yeah. Someone else will say something else, but I'm reading that as 103. So that's it. So that's pretty cool. 125 for the transfers. So yeah, that's what it is. So if you want to do this and copy it back at home, this will be a very healthy little saw. It's not the motion going far more than this, but it's an interesting way of doing it. 2 rings, clean the exhaust a little bit, and you can end up with this. Now what will it be like in the wood, or do I get big carby, the same carby? So it'll be interesting. So I'll probably muck around with carby size too, because I have a few carbies here, but changing the size of the carby will be different. That's the carby that came off this thing with a round ring like that. It's semi bigger, it's not the biggest, but now we're getting more timing. I'll give it more time to let air and fuel in, that's the things. But if you've got a bigger carby, you don't need as much time to fill up with air and fuel. So it's horses for courses, it's just the way things are. In the big chainsaws, usually you have 1 carby to choose from, that's it. But these little saws, I use a couple here. These little saws, you got usually sometimes I'll just carby to choose from, and it makes life interesting and they're fun. So that's it, guys. Over and out. Alright, thanks for watching. This is an easy one to do at home, I think. You saw me go to a garage sale, for 1 of these or 2 of these, 3 of these, pick them up because it's cheap as, and it looks like they're fun as too. Alright guys, over and out. Thanks for watching.